Welcome to this deep dive,
Okay.
where we're going to be exploring the world of risk-taking.
Sounds good.
Our guide for today is a YouTube video
Right.
called
No.
Okay.
From the channel, no, it's a motivational piece
Right.
with like a lot of energy, really pushing you to think about achievement and personal growth.
Oh, yeah.
And I gotta say, it makes some pretty bold statements that got me thinking.
Yeah, this one definitely is designed to kind of get your attention
Right.
and challenge some conventional thinking for
Yeah,
sure.
right from the start, it throws out this question: what would you do if you weren't afraid? It really makes you pause, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Because fear is often what holds us back from taking those leaps.
Right.
The video then dives into the price of playing it safe
Okay.
with the line, if you play it safe, you're going to exist. You only get to live when you take risks. Yeah, and it's interesting because there is a lot of psychology behind that fear of taking risks.
Right.
We tend to overestimate the potential negative consequences
Oh.
while underestimating the possible positive outcomes.
So it's like we're focused on what we might lose instead of what we might gain.
Exactly, and this connects to the video's analogy of the ticking clock.
Yeah.
The longer we stay stuck in a situation that's not right for us,
Yeah.
the more time we waste.
Right.
And the further we drift from those things that could truly bring us fulfillment.
That makes me think about the times I've hesitated to make a change
Sure.
because I was afraid of the unknown.
Uh-huh.
What about you? Have you ever experienced that ticking clock feeling?
Oh, definitely. I think we all have at some point.
Right.
The key is recognizing that feeling
Yeah.
and using it as motivation to take action, even if it's a small step outside our comfort zone.
The video also makes this point that resonated with me.
Okay.
That risk is unavoidable.
Yep.
It states that we've been taking risks since the moment we were born.
Right.
And this actually connects to the idea of anti-fragility.
Yeah.
I wonder if you could explain that concept a bit more.
Sure. Anti-fragility is this fascinating idea
Okay.
that systems and even individuals can actually become stronger
Wow.
when exposed to challenges and stressors. Think about it like a muscle.
Yeah.
You got to push it beyond its comfort zone to make it grow.
So instead of avoiding risk, we should be embracing it as a necessary part of growth.
Exactly. It's about reframing our perspective on risk.
Okay.
Instead of seeing it as something to be feared,
Yeah.
we can view it as an opportunity for learning adaptation and ultimately becoming more resilient.
That ties in nicely with another point the video makes.
All right.
If you think trying is risky, wait till they hand you the bill for not trying.
Oh, yeah.
What are some of those potential bills we might face if we choose inaction?
Those bills can take many forms.
Okay.
Maybe it's a missed opportunity for career advancement or a relationship that never blossomed because we were too afraid to put ourselves out there.
Right.
Perhaps it's the regret we feel later in life for not pursuing our passions or taking those chances that could lead to greater fulfillment.
That's a powerful way to frame it.
Yeah.
And it really resonates with the video's message about the finite nature of time.
Right.
There's that very blunt statement, you're not going to get out alive.
Oh, wow.
It seems a bit morbid at first,
Yeah.
but I think it's meant to be a wake-up call.
I think it is. It's a reminder that we don't have an unlimited amount of time
Right.
to chase our dreams and live a life that feels meaningful.
Yeah.
The longer we wait to take action, the more those opportunities slip away.
This whole idea of discomfort being a catalyst for growth is really intriguing.
Oh, yeah.
The video puts it this way. If you do easy things, you will have a hard life. If you do hard things, you will have an easy life.
It's almost a paradox, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it highlights the idea that choosing the path of least resistance might seem easier in the short term,
yeah.
but it often leads to greater challenges
Yeah.
and unfulfilled potential in the long run.
So it's like by avoiding discomfort, we're actually making things harder for ourselves in the long run.
Exactly. And this connects to the concept of hormesis,
Oh.
which the video touches on.
Right.
It's the idea that stressors in the right doses actually make us stronger. Think of it like the pressure diamond analogy. Intense pressure can create something incredibly valuable.
I love that analogy.
Yeah.
And it really drives home the point that discomfort isn't always a bad thing.
Right.
It could be the force that shapes us into something stronger and more resilient.
Exactly. And this brings us to the prison in our own mind imagery.
Yeah.
The video uses.
Okay.
It's talking about those self-imposed limitations.
Right.
we create based on our fears, doubts, and past experiences.
It's so easy to get trapped in those mental prisons, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
We tell ourselves we're not good enough, not smart enough, not brave enough.
Right.
But the video is challenging us to break free from those limiting beliefs.
It's about recognizing that those beliefs are often illusions, self-created obstacles that can be overcome with effort and a shift in perspective.
The video also emphasizes the power of belief in achieving our goals.
Yeah.
It touches on the concept of a growth mindset,
Right.
which you mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
Could you elaborate a bit more on how that relates to risk-taking?
Sure. A growth mindset is essentially the belief
Okay.
that our abilities and intelligence can be developed through effort and practice. This is crucial for risk-taking because it allows us to view challenges and setbacks as opportunities for learning and growth rather than as signs of failure or inadequacy.
So instead of getting discouraged when things get tough, we can use those experiences to become even more determined to succeed.
Exactly. A growth mindset fosters resilience and perseverance, which are essential qualities for anyone who wants to step outside their comfort zone and pursue their goals with passion and determination.
There's this line that really stood out to me.
Right. Yeah.
Everyone thinks you're crazy until it works.
Oh, yeah.
It made me think about all the times I've been told my ideas are too ambitious or unrealistic. Have you ever experienced that?
Oh, absolutely. I think anyone who dares to dream big and challenge the status quo is bound to encounter naysayers and doubters. But as the video highlights, it's often those who are willing to go against the grain, to embrace risk and push beyond those doubts, who achieve extraordinary things.
So it's about trusting our own instincts. And believing in our vision, even when others might not see it.
Exactly. It's about having the courage to follow our own path. Even if it leads us off the beaten track.
That's a great reminder as we move into the next part of our discussion about failure.
Okay.
A topic the video certainly doesn't shy away from.
Right. The video uses some really striking examples of people who faced major setbacks, but ultimately achieved incredible success.
Okay.
Think about J.K. Rowling being rejected by multiple publishers before finding a home for Harry Potter. Or Michael Jordan getting cut from his high school basketball team.
Those are great examples of how failure doesn't have to be the end of the story. It can actually be a stepping stone.
Exactly.
The video talks about failing forward. What exactly does that mean?
Failing forward is the idea that we can use setbacks as opportunities for learning and growth.
Okay.
Each failure provides valuable feedback that helps us refine our approach and become more resilient. Instead of seeing failure as a defeat, we can view it as data, information that helps us course correct and ultimately achieve our goals.
I love that reframing of failure. Instead of letting it derail us. We can use it to become even stronger.
Exactly.
The video has this great line.
Okay.
You know, can't be done by someone else, but I can't say that because I haven't tried it.
Oh.
It's encouraging us to be more experimental in our approach.
Absolutely. It's about adopting a more curious and playful mindset to experiment with mistakes and learn along the way.
The video then shifts to the importance of taking charge of your life.
Okay.
And it doesn't hold back.
Oh, wow.
It's like a call to action. Take charge of your life.
Yeah.
You're the one that's responsible for it.
Yeah.
This idea of personal responsibility really resonates with me.
It's a powerful concept. And it connects to something called locus of control. Where do you feel your control lies? Do you believe you have the power to shape your outcomes?
Okay.
Or do you feel like things just happen to you?
That's a great question.
Right.
I think there are areas where I feel very much in control and others where I tend to let external circumstances dictate my actions.
I think that's true for most of us.
Right.
The video is urging us to become more aware of where we're giving away our power. And start reclaiming it.
The video also talks about the importance of doing things worth doing and to spend the rest of your natural life waking up and going after it. It's like a rallying cry to pursue a life of meaning and purpose.
It's about aligning our actions with our values. And making choices that move us toward a life that feels truly fulfilling. It's not just about chasing success for its own sake, but it's about creating a life that reflects our deepest aspirations and values.
One of the more provocative statements in the video is The reason I'm going to get what I want out of life is because, unlike most, I'm willing to have nothing in the moment. It's like it's advocating for delayed gratification.
Right.
Being willing to sacrifice short-term comfort for long-term fulfillment.
It's definitely challenging the instant gratification culture we live in.
Yeah.
The video is arguing that the people who achieve extraordinary things, whether in the relationships, health, careers, are often those who are willing to be uncomfortable in the present to create a better future.
That makes me think about the sacrifices people make.
Sure.
To pursue their dreams.
Yeah.
Long hours, financial constraints.
Yeah.
Maybe even social isolation.
It's about having a long-term vision and being willing to invest in yourself, even if it means experiencing some discomfort or hardship along the way.
And the video doesn't shy away from the discomfort aspect.
Nope.
In fact, it almost glorifies it at times.
Yeah.
There's this line, "We are training kids and people to be soft in a world that continuously gets harder."
Wow. It's a bit jarring, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a bold statement.
Right.
And it definitely raises some questions.
Yeah.
It's arguing that we've become too risk-averse, too focused on avoiding discomfort,
Right.
and that this is making us weaker as individuals and as a society. I can see how constantly seeking comfort
Yeah.
and avoiding challenges
Right.
could lead to a lack of resilience and adaptability.
Right. And the video argues that this aversion to risk can stifle innovation, limit personal growth,
Yeah.
and prevent us from reaching our full potential.
It's like we're trading short-term comfort for long-term stagnation. The video even goes so far as to say that discarding risk is discarding meaning.
Wow.
I'm curious to hear your thoughts on that.
I think it's suggesting that meaning often comes from overcoming challenges,
Okay.
from pushing ourselves beyond our limits
Right.
and experiencing the growth that comes from those struggles.
Yeah.
When we avoid risk at all costs, we might also be missing out on opportunities for deep learning, personal fulfillment, and creating a legacy that matters to us.
That's a powerful idea.
It is.
And it brings us back to that prison in our own mind imagery
Yeah.
the video uses.
Right.
How do we break free from those mental barriers?
It starts with awareness. Okay.
Recognizing those limiting beliefs and understanding how they're holding us back is the first step.
Right.
Then it's about challenging those beliefs,
Yeah.
questioning their validity, and replacing them with more empowering ones.
So it's about reframing our thoughts, shifting our perspective
Right.
to see possibilities instead of limitations.
Exactly. And then it's about taking action.
Okay.
Even if it's a small step outside our comfort zone,
Right.
every time we push past a fear or a limiting belief,
Yeah.
we're expanding that mental prison and creating more space for growth and possibility.
The video also stresses the importance of committing to our goals,
Yeah.
of being relentless in our pursuit of what we want.
There's this line, so you're always trying to come up with reasons that you don't have to do it today, but if you're building the muscle either way. You're either building the muscle that says, I do what I say, I keep the commitments that I make, or you're building the muscle that says, I make excuses, I don't do what I say, I can't be counted on. Yeah.
It's about building self-discipline
Right.
and developing that inner strength to follow through on our commitments. Even when it's challenging, it's about aligning our actions with our goals
Right.
day after day, even when we don't feel like it.
It's a powerful way to think about it.
It is.
Like we're training ourselves for success or for failure with every choice we make.
Exactly. And this ties back to that earlier discussion about taking charge of our lives.
Yeah.
It's about making a conscious decision to be the author of our own story
Right.
rather than a passive bystander.
And the video gets even more specific
Okay.
when it talks about the importance of taking risks early in life, particularly in your 20s and 30s.
Right.
It says, it is never more practical to be disproportionately risky than from 22 to 30. Yet everybody goes the other way.
Wow.
It's an interesting perspective
It is.
because it goes against the conventional wisdom of focusing on stability and security during those years.
Yeah.
The video suggests that those years are a time to experiment,
Right.
to explore different paths, and to push our boundaries.
It's about leveraging that time of relative freedom
Yeah.
to discover what we're truly passionate about
Right.
and what we're capable of achieving.
Uh-huh.
The video even suggests that playing it safe during those years could lead to a lifetime of regret.
That's a bold statement.
It is.
And it's sure to spark some debate,
Definitely.
but it's a valuable reminder to consider
Yeah.
whether we're allowing fear to hold us back from pursuing our dreams, especially when we have more flexibility and less to lose.
The video really challenges those assumptions about how we should approach those early years.
Yeah.
It's urging listeners to consider a more audacious approach, one that embraces risk and prioritizes personal growth and exploration.
The video says, this is not the time to get the job mom wanted you to. This is the time to realize that you have a 5-year window to attack the life that you want to win.
Wow.
It's definitely a wake-up call, urging us to re-examine our assumptions about what's possible, and to consider taking bolder action in pursuit of our dreams.
It's interesting how the video frames pain and discomfort as essential elements of growth and achievement.
It's definitely a counterintuitive idea.
It is.
Because we're often conditioned to avoid pain and seek pleasure.
Yeah.
But the video argues that pain can be a powerful motivator.
Right.
Even more so than pleasure.
Wow.
It can be the catalyst that pushes us to grow, to change, and to achieve things we never thought possible.
The speaker uses the analogy of pointing a gun at a family member.
Oh, wow.
Which is obviously a very extreme example.
Right.
But I think it's meant to illustrate the idea that sometimes the most powerful motivation comes from a sense of urgency or even fear.
It's not advocating for reckless or harmful behavior, of course.
Right.
But it is suggesting that a healthy dose of fear and discomfort can be incredibly motivating.
Yeah.
Particularly when it comes to pursuing goals that are truly meaningful to us.
And the video also talks about embracing pain during the process of achieving something challenging.
Okay.
There's this line, pain that is almost excruciating seconds later flows out of you like you just pulled the plug on your sink. It's describing that feeling of release, of accomplishment that comes after pushing through a difficult challenge.
Yeah.
It's suggesting that the pain is fleeting, but the pride and sense of accomplishment that follows can last a lifetime.
It's like pushing through that pain barrier to experience a breakthrough on the other side.
Right.
The video emphasizes not letting the pain rob you of your potential, of remembering that your body is capable of enduring more than you might think.
Yeah.
It's a pretty intense motivational message.
It's definitely about cultivating mental toughness.
Right.
And developing that inner strength to push through discomfort and persevere in the face of challenges.
The video then makes a distinction between people who see what they want and people who see the obstacles that prevent them from getting what they want.
Yeah.
It's a subtle but important distinction, isn't it?
It really is.
Yeah.
I think it's highlighting the importance of focusing on your goals, on visualizing what you want to achieve rather than getting bogged down by the perceived obstacles and challenges. It's about cultivating a positive mindset.
Right.
A belief in your ability to overcome those hurdles.
Yeah.
And reach your destination.
It's like choosing to focus on the solution rather than the problem.
Exactly.
And the video ties this back to risk-taking.
Okay.
By saying that those who focus on the obstacles are more likely to play it safe.
Yeah.
And avoid the chances that might lead to those desired outcomes.
It's a reminder that fear can be paralyzing.
Right.
That it can prevent us from taking the very actions that might lead to our greatest successes.
The video emphasizes the power of our social circle.
Okay.
Arguing that we should surround ourselves with those who support our goals and encourage our growth rather than those who try to hold us back.
It makes sense that the people we spend time with can have a significant impact on our beliefs, our actions, and ultimately our outcomes.
The video seems to be warning us to be wary of those who discourage our ambitions or downplay our potential.
It's about recognizing that limiting beliefs often come from external sources, from people who may be projecting their own fears and limitations onto us.
And it encourages us to seek out those who inspire us, who challenge us to grow, and who believe in our potential, even when we might doubt ourselves.
The video makes a bold statement about this, saying, don't ever let somebody tell you you can't do something, not even me.
Wow.
It's a powerful reminder to trust our own instincts and believe in ourselves, even when others might doubt us.
It's about reclaiming our power.
Yeah.
And recognizing that we have the right to pursue our dreams. regardless of what others might think or say.
The video also touches on the importance of authenticity, of being true to ourselves, and expressing our unique gifts and talents in the world.
It talks about fulfilling the highest, most truthful expression of yourself, finding what makes you come alive and pursuing it with passion.
Right.
And it shares a beautiful quote from theologian Howard Thurman. Don't ask yourself what the world needs. Ask yourself what makes you come alive, and then go do that. Because what the world needs is people who have come alive.
That's such an inspiring quote.
It is.
It suggests that we each have unique gifts and talents to offer the world.
Yeah.
And that our greatest contribution comes from expressing those gifts authentically and passionately.
It's a call to find our purpose, to discover what truly lights us up, and to pursue it with everything we've got.
The video also emphasizes taking ownership of our lives, avoiding excuses and blaming external circumstances for our lack of progress.
It's about recognizing that we have the power to choose our response to any situation, and that by taking responsibility for our choices, we empower ourselves to create the life we want.
It's a stark reminder that we are often our own worst enemies, that our limiting beliefs and self-sabotaging behaviors can hold us back more than any external obstacle.
It states, it's you against you, and if you misunderstand that, you have a real problem.
Wow.
The video challenges us to confront those inner demons, to take responsibility for our thoughts, feelings, and actions, and to choose a more empowered way of being in the world.
It's about recognizing that true change starts within, and that by shifting our mindset and taking ownership of our lives, we can create a more fulfilling and meaningful reality.
Absolutely. It's a powerful message of personal responsibility and empowerment.
The video then shifts gears to discuss success and failure. And it takes a pretty unique approach to both of these concepts. It definitely does. It challenges some of the conventional wisdom surrounding success and failure, reframing them in a way that's both empowering and thought-provoking.
It argues that failure is inevitable, even essential on the path to success. It uses examples like J.K. Rowling and Michael Jordan, both of whom experienced significant setbacks before achieving extraordinary success.
It's a good reminder that most successful people have faced numerous challenges and failures along the way. But they've learned from those experiences and used them as fuel to keep going.
It's about understanding that failure is often a necessary part of the learning process. A feedback mechanism that helps us refine our approach and ultimately achieve greater success.
The video encourages us to embrace failure as a teacher, to view setbacks as opportunities for growth and learning, rather than as signs of defeat.
And it offers a practical tip for dealing with the fear of failure. Tell everyone about it, to publicly commit to our goals, and invite others to hold us accountable.
That's an interesting strategy. It's about leveraging social pressure to motivate ourselves. And increase our likelihood of follow-through.
And it's a way to build a support system to surround ourselves with people who will encourage us and cheer us on along the way.
The video also has a message. For those who try to discourage you or downplay your ambitions, get the mind right, the body will follow. It's suggesting that our mindset is the foundation for everything we achieve in life. And that by cultivating a positive, can-do attitude, we can overcome any obstacle and achieve our wildest dreams.
It's about recognizing the power of our beliefs. And choosing to think in ways that serve us rather than limit us.
Exactly. And the video then delves into the importance of self-discipline and developing the habits that support our goals. It talks about the power of consistency, of showing up even when you don't feel like it.
It's highlighting the fact that success is rarely achieved overnight. That it often requires consistent effort, dedication, and a willingness to push through those moments of resistance.
Oh, the video has this memorable line. You not only have to show up, you have to show up when you don't feel like it, and you have to want to perform and psych yourself out to be in the zone and be confident and excited and in the mood. It's about cultivating that inner drive, developing the mental toughness to perform at our best even when we're facing challenges or feeling unmotivated.
And it reminds us that success is often more about discipline and perseverance than simply talent or luck.
The video offers a practical tip for boosting productivity.
Right.
Instead of spending time getting in the mood to work, just stop working, confront the work. It's about overcoming that initial resistance, that tendency to procrastinate or wait for the perfect conditions. Sometimes the best way to get into a flow state is to just dive in and let the momentum carry you forward.
The video also touches on the importance of embracing discomfort.
Yeah.
And stepping outside of our comfort zones.
It acknowledges that making mistakes is inevitable, particularly when we're trying new things or venturing outside our familiar routines.
But it also encourages us to view those mistakes as learning opportunities, as valuable feedback that helps us refine our approach.
It's about shifting our perspective from a fear of failure to curiosity and a willingness to learn from our experiences, both positive and negative.
And it ties back to the earlier point about personal responsibility with the line, take charge of your life. Take charge of your time. Take charge of your resources. Take charge of your health. You're the one that's responsible for it.
It's a powerful reminder.
It is.
That we have the ability to shape our own lives, to choose our responses, and to create the reality we desire.
It's a message of empowerment.
It is.
Reminding us that we have far more control over our lives than we often realize.
The video also emphasizes the importance of authenticity, of being true to ourselves and expressing our unique gifts and talents in the world.
It talks about fulfilling the highest, most truthful expression of yourself, of finding what makes you come alive and pursuing it with passion.
It shares that beautiful quote from theologian Howard Thurman. Don't ask yourself what the world needs. Ask yourself what makes you come alive, and then go do that. Because what the world needs is people who have come alive.
It's a call to find our purpose, to discover what truly lights us up, and to pursue it with everything we've got.
And one of the recurring themes is this idea of going after it, of pursuing our goals with relentless passion and determination.
It's about embracing a proactive approach to life. Rather than simply reacting to circumstances or waiting for opportunities to come our way.
The video says, stop just waking up like an accident. What do you want? And then once you find out what you want, spend the rest of your natural life waking up and going after it.
It's about living with intention. With a clear sense of purpose and direction.
And it ties back to the concept of risk-taken by suggesting that the greatest risk of all is to live a life of unfulfilled potential, to reach the end of our days filled with regret for the things we didn't do and the chances we didn't take.
It's a reminder to seize the day, to make the most of the time we have, and to pursue our dreams with passion and courage.
The video also emphasizes having a strong mindset and cultivating beliefs and attitudes that support our goals.
It highlights the power of self-belief, trusting in our own abilities, and recognizing that we are capable of achieving far more than we might initially think.
And it makes the point that our beliefs are actually choices. That we have the power to choose what we believe about ourselves and about the world around us.
It's a powerful message of empowerment.
It is.
Suggesting that we are not simply victims of our circumstances or our genetics, but have the ability to shape our own realities through the power of our beliefs.
There's a line in the video that really captures this idea. All success starts with mindset. The way you act follows what you allow yourself to believe. Or maybe a better way to say it is what you choose to believe.
It's highlighting that our beliefs shape our actions, our experiences, and ultimately our outcomes.
If we believe we're capable of achieving something, we're far more likely to take the actions necessary to make it happen.
The video also talks about developing a growth mindset, the belief that our abilities and intelligence can be developed through effort and practice.
It contrasts this with a fixed mindset. The belief that our abilities are innate and unchangeable.
The video argues that a growth mindset is essential for achieving success in any area of life. Because it allows us to embrace challenges, learn from our mistakes, and persist in the face of setbacks.
It's a reminder that our potential is not fixed and that we are capable of continuous learning and development throughout our lives.
There's a line that perfectly captures the essence of a growth mindset.
Okay.
If you choose to believe that your energy and efforts will result in more skill set, then you will actually put energy and effort into getting that, which means you actually will get the skill set.
It's a perfect illustration
Yeah.
of how our beliefs create self-fulfilling prophecies.
Right.
If we believe we can grow and improve, we're more likely to put in the effort required to make it happen.
And it encourages us to embrace challenges
Yeah.
as opportunities for growth,
I
to
love
view setbacks as feedback, and to cultivate a relentless pursuit
Yeah.
of self-improvement. As we're wrapping up this deep dive into Do-Ya,
Right.
I'm struck by its relentless emphasis on pushing yourself to the limit.
Yeah.
While it's undeniably inspiring, it also makes me wonder about the potential downsides of this approach.
That's a great observation.
Yeah.
The video champions embracing discomfort
Right.
and even hardship as crucial for growth,
Yeah.
but it doesn't really address the potential consequences
Right.
of pushing too far or glorifying suffering.
That's exactly what I was thinking. It celebrates those who go through the fire,
Yeah.
but doesn't acknowledge that sometimes you can get burned,
Right.
and not in a beneficial way.
It's a question of balance.
Okay.
Pushing yourself is essential.
Right.
But so is self-awareness,
Yeah.
knowing your limits,
Uh-huh.
recognizing when to rest,
Mm-hmm.
and seeking support when needed is crucial
Right.
for sustainable growth.
Okay.
Not just a go hard or go home mentality.
I completely agree. The video speaks to our desire to be unstoppable, which is great.
Right.
But we also need inner wisdom to guide us
Mm-hmm.
and ensure we're not sacrificing well-being for the sake of achievement.
It's about finding that sweet spot
Yeah.
between challenge and self-care.
Right.
It's a continuous journey, not a destination,
Okay.
and one that requires more nuance than the video explicitly provides.
So for our listener out there, as you absorb all this powerful content, consider this.
Yeah.
Where's your line? What does healthy risk-taken look like for you specifically
Right.
in your current situation and goals?
There's no one-size-fits-all answer
Right.
when it comes to risk and growth.
Yeah.
It's about discovering what works for you,
Uh-huh.
what pushes you without leading to burnout or jeopardizing your well-being.
This has been a fascinating exploration of risk and potential.
It has.
And Nia is a powerful piece.
Yeah,
Packed with bold statements, sure to spark reflection.
it is.
We'd love to hear your thoughts.
Head over to our social media
Right.
and share your takeaways from the video.
Yeah?
Tell us what resonated with you, what questions it sparked,
Right.
and where you draw that line between challenge and self-care.
Yeah.
Let's continue the conversation.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning,
Right.
and keep taking those leaps of faith that shape your own remarkable story.